Do you notice that the first day David killed Goliath, Saul was interested in who mentors you? Who mentors you? Always have somebody that you go to and ask questions and ask questions, and that's mentorship. Don't ever imagine that you have read books enough, you are so exposed enough that you have some people. Don't ever try to think that you are there. Absence of mentors is presence of tormentors. Absence of genuine right mentors is the presence of tormentors. Now look at the way the Bible said it in the book of Proverbs. It said, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. In the multitude of counselors, that is, if you are careful and surround yourself with good counsels, he said there is safety. Praise God. Have you ever discovered that Solomon did not have a mentor? I'm talking about Solomon in the Bible. The Bible said that God gave him so much wisdom that he wrote so many proverbs, he composed so many songs, he taught leaders wisdom. It came to a point that kings used to come from their nations to come for seminar and sit down and hear Solomon teach, learn something from him, give him good honorarium, and then travel home. The Bible said that all men comes to hear Solomon. In his days, Solomon never spent time to hear anyone. And he began very well and ended very badly. And the reason why he even began very well is because that was when what his father told him before he died was his watchword. But then when pressure started coming from women that he married and so many of his friends, and there was no one that could mentor him, he could not submit himself to somebody and say, please teach me wisdom. He was not able to lead himself. And towards his end, he wrote something. And he was speaking about himself when he said, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. In other words, I began very well. But as I'm ending now, I'm ending in frustration. That was why he was just saying so many things towards the end of the book of Ecclesiastes. One of them is vanity upon vanity. Everything is vanity. One of them is, hear the conclusion of all matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. Now, he was learning these lessons because he looked back and saw how he began and where he is now. He was full of pain and frustration. But let me tell you, he was silent. I'm telling you this now. One of his problems is that there was no prophet. And there is not someone like a high priest that is like a mentor that talked to him. Even when David was a king, he surrounded himself with Nathan, surrounded with them with God. These two men, Abiathar the priest, Zadok them. These guys are the people that always talk to him. I remember when he was almost forgotten, the promise he gave to Bathsheba. It was Nathan and Zadok that entered and told David, I hope you are not trying to give your kingship to your Jonadab. Remember you promised Bathsheba. And David said, that's true. And he came back to his senses and gave a law that they should bring Solomon. And so he was surrounding himself with good mentors. Great kings seek for advice, including Pharaoh in the days of Joseph. Do you notice that in the days of Nebuchadnezzar, so powerful king, but he surrounded himself with what he called wise men. It's only you that does not have a mentor. It's only you. Even Pharaoh had Nebuchadnezzar had, kings had, Abraham, Methuselah, Melchizedek was his mentor. This great king have only you that is playing down on your mentor. It's time to know the place of mentorship. It will help you to succeed in life, in your field, and also in eternity.